You know, a little more than 6.5 years ago, Dr. Brashani issued a call to our community to step up and move NDSU forward as a distinctive land grant, student-focused land grant research university. And a part of that call was increased philanthropic support to lift up our students through scholarships, to lift up our faculty through named faculty positions and things that help them do their scholarship and research, investing in our infrastructure as well as our programs. At that time, there were some that believed that the size of this campaign that we were thinking about, maybe we could raise $200 million. I have a document where it said $200 million on it, so I'm not making that up, just for frame of reference, right? We said, yeah, you know, we think we can do a little bit more. So a couple years later, we publicly announced this campaign. We had already been to work, and we announced a $400 million goal, more than double what they thought. Well, it turns out we can do just a little bit more than that. And last spring, we hit $400 million. 20 months ahead of original schedule, but we said, let's keep going, and that's exactly what has happened. It takes a village, truly a village and a team to embark on the kind of initiative and everything that we have done over the last 6 years. But certainly it cannot happen without important leadership. And our campaign co-chairs in Bob and Sheila Challey and Steve and Marianne Swantek have just been lights out in cheering for the Bison and leading us across the country to tell our story and to inspire others to get involved.
Sheila and I are proud to have been chosen to lead this campaign with Steve and Marianne, of course. It's been one of the most interesting and rewarding things that we've ever done, and I think we want to thank John and the foundation for letting us lead that effort. We're so proud of what we have accomplished so far in the campaign, considering that we've concluded it 1 year early, and we did at least half the work during COVID lockdowns. I mean, you think about that. Whatever we raised is unbelievably large. Not being able to get in front of people personally is just almost inconceivable in a capital campaign. And when we talk about the numbers a little more later, I think you'll be blown away by what was accomplished through these tough times. So congratulations to everyone for doing that. The In Our Hands campaign is the 5th fundraising effort that we've done in benefit of North Dakota State. Way back in 1975, President Laura Lofsgaard helped organize the NDSU Foundation and suggested to some of his best alums, who are also his best buddies, that maybe they should have a capital campaign. And SU 75 was what it was called. Maybe a few of you remember that. I certainly do, because I'm so old and remember all those things. Those are the days of when Harold Schaefer and Art Bunker and Buck Gallagher, classic names from the past, were the boys. And those guys got together and they raised about $4 million. So that was our first effort, and how wonderful it was then. The second campaign took place in the 80s. The goal was about $7 million, and it raised an incredible $9 million. So once again, we've exceeded a budget or our campaign goal, and that was great. The third campaign in the 90s was known as the $20 million campaign for NDSU. After several years, it was successfully concluded with a total of $26 million raised. So 4, 9, and 26 was a pretty good start. About 15 years ago, we stood in this very room, I remember it pretty well, to announce the results of the fourth campaign, which we'd entitled Momentum. We stood right over there, and we made the big announcement. The $70 million campaign had raised over $106 million. So we're doing pretty well, and we thought we were doing pretty well. And now it's been quite a long time since we've had a campaign. One thing or another got in the way. And when we began planning the In Our Hands campaign, it was obvious that scholarship funds were a first priority. Dean has been talking about this for a number of years. We don't stand up well with our peers comparatively in scholarships, and so that has become a huge goal of the campaign, and I think it's going to fill a great big need. I want to thank Dr. Brashani for all he has done for NDSU. It's been a real fun ride, and it's been a wonderful result, and we really appreciate it.
It's a team effort, and all of us working together, so it's so much fun. When Marianne and I were asked to co-chair with Bob, it was pretty easy to say yes for a couple of reasons. First of all, Bob and Sheila, and working with them, we know them for many, many years. They're great. Second part of it was we knew, Marianne and I knew that Dean's vision, he was an integral part of the campaign, and it was his vision of what he wanted to do for NDSU, from scholarships, endowments, endowed faculty, capital expenditures, all of those types of things were integral. We have totally embraced, Marianne and I know others totally embraced Dean's leadership and the importance that he placed on this university and looking ahead. So it was also very easy for donors to think the same way with Dean's leadership, because over 15,000 donors over this time frame have given to this campaign. It's just amazing. And you think about the staff with John and the team and the collaboration and their willingness to reach out and being able to find new donors and new friends of the university. I mean, that's really exciting. And the flexibility of this campaign to be able to actually put the money where you want it to go and not where we are, or telling you where it should go. So when you think about those over 15,000 donors, when it comes from the campaign ambassadors, when it comes from the staff over on the university side, the deans, faculty, donors, friends, I mean, it was just a wonderful team effort. So it's been great. And you look at the future of NDSU. As Dean has always alluded to, we're a student-focused land-grant research university. And that's where we're looking at ahead, and the difference that we can make, and the money that's being used for this, the difference that will make. When you look at the vision of NDSU, it talks about to lead the advancement of our land grant ideals through innovative education, research, and outreach. And I look at that we're allowing the opportunity for all these students to create a better way of life and to make a difference all over the world.
So we're going to have a little fun. We're trying to guess the price is right. So Steve, you have a pen, you have a note card.
Did you get a pen?
You get the first guess. So what is the number that you would like to reveal?
Oh, let's see, $496,765,000.
Wow. Is that the right price?
That's great.
All right, Bob and Sheila.
We wrote it down.
You have written your number down. Would you like to share with everybody what your guess is?
Well, it's not fair because I do know the answer.
No.
Look,
No, you do not.
we wrote down $505,982,326.12.
$505,982,000 and a bunch of change. What do we think, folks?
Back when we suggested we were going to get really brazen and go for $400 million,
Yeah.
Bob and Sheila said, no, we want bigger, go bigger. And it became the number we called Bob's Big Boy.
Bob's Big Boy.
And I'll tell you, everybody thought that was funny and that he was absolutely nuts. We're not going to raise $500 million.
No.
But he has inspired me. Christy and I want to up Bob Big's Boy. We're saying 516,525 on the nose.
516,525,000. What do we think?
Oh, that went well.
That's good.
Thundar. How about Thundar? Come on down.
Woo!
Governor Burgum, I think you need to join us up on stage for this. Now we're going to see what happens, but there is only one person that gets to reveal what this number is.
Oh, holy cow. Boy, were we wrong. $586,651,144.
A campaign of this magnitude, and absolutely yes, that is a real number.
Wow.
Spectacular.
Might I remind you what I said at the beginning of the program? There were some that thought, maybe 200 million would be the right number. But we are knocking on the door of a $600 million effort, and we owe all the credit and thanks to the two of you and your leadership. Please join me once again in congratulating Dean and Christy. It's yours.
It's really pretty simple what I want to say. 12 years ago, I saw a campus poised to accomplish more and contribute more than any college or university in the state ever had. As a matter of fact, I thought people wouldn't even be able to imagine what we could accomplish and contribute to the citizens we serve. And I got here and I found out I was absolutely wrong. We all shared that vision and that passion. Our students shared it, our faculty shared it, our staff shared it, our alumni shared it, our corporate partners shared it. People around the country have increasingly shared that belief. What we have accomplished here isn't just the record-breaking higher education campaign. It is the biggest fundraising effort in the history of the state of North Dakota. We had done that collectively as the Bison family. And people throw out that term Bison family like it's just, candy you're throwing out during a parade. But it's a belief and it's a mindset. And that's how you accomplish a campaign of this extraordinary success a year in advance during a worldwide pandemic. It speaks volumes about people's willingness to invest in NDSU, both now and increasingly in the future, and our future capacities to excel beyond what we're even imagining today. Thank you all for contributing to that.
This is unbelievable. And I'm standing here, first of all, so proud of Dean and everything that he's done for NDSU. But I'm also so proud of everybody who worked on this campaign. I know that it was about relationship building, which he mentioned. And I think we reacquainted people with old relationships. We brought in new relationships. And now I think we are stronger than we've ever been. Each of you has made a difference, and you've transformed this university. And it's something we should all be proud of.
Wow. Well, today is certainly a day of gratitude. But as Dean said, it's also a day to think about families, and to think about community. And it's also an opportunity for us as a state and as NDSU to think about our history and to think about our future. This is a marking point for a new beginning for North Dakota State and for the state of North Dakota. Communities that get connected to this. And so when I do say about family, the Bison family is made up of families. And it's made up of families that generationally care about this. And when people take the action of putting their time and their talents and their treasure towards an institution at the magnitude that we're seeing like we've never seen before, this means something remarkable. For the students that are here today and the students that are coming, if you're thinking about where do I go to school, I mean, this sends a signal to students that this is a place where the alumni and the faculty and the community and the corporate partners all care deeply about this place, and it helps us on that positive spiral of getting more and stronger and even better students to arrive. I mean, this is a state, we literally feed the world and we fuel the world, and we do it at a scale that's almost unimaginable for how few of us there are that are North North Dakotans and the impact we have on global markets. It's really remarkable. Today, when we talk about research, the thing that is going to drive the solutions to the world's toughest problems is innovation. It's not regulation, it's innovation. And if that innovation is around energy, if that innovation is around agriculture, and if that innovation is around, how we can store carbon in North Dakota better than any other place in the world, and the impact that that can mean, and the billions of dollars of capital that are flowing to North Dakota right now because we have innovated. The people that wrote these checks are people that were incredibly successful alumni. These were students that got inspired by faculty, and whether it was in an agricultural setting or whether it was in a biosciences lab, and they went on to build companies that were amazing and create jobs, and then decide, I want to give back to the school that helped make a difference for me in my career. That's the virtuous cycle that's occurring here, and it's going to happen even more when we've got this kind of power. The reach that NDSU and NDSU Ag Extension has and Ag Research has in our state that touches every county, it touches every community. We've got alumni in every city in our state. This organization has an opportunity to take its impact and multiply it and amplify it with these kinds of resources going forward. Our state is competing against other states. Our university is competing against other state universities for students, for resources. And we're competing not to create jobs. There are so many jobs available in America. We need to compete to create solutions and with higher productivity to some of the world's biggest issues. That happens at research universities. That happens at North Dakota State.